in one of the most stunning comments I've seen anywhere, this person had the fucking balls to not only formulate this thought, but type it out and hit send. He, meaning Trump, didn't cause any problems economically in his first term. What data shows he will have a negative impact? The data from his first term. He didn't cause any negative economic impact. He didn't have any problems economically in his first term. He's the first president in decades to have fewer people working when he left office than when he came into office. If you take just his first 3 years before the pandemic, when he ignored a global pandemic and caused the outcome of it to be worse than it should have been, if you just take his first 3 years, after he got his 2017 Trump tax cuts, which were supposed to be the greatest job growth bill in American history, the greatest job growth tax cuts in American history, we were just going to jumpstart the job growth. He oversaw the creation of 1.4 million fewer jobs in those first 3 years than Obama did in his last 3 years. He plateaued our economy, first and foremost. Secondly, he started unnecessary trade wars with China, which cost the U.S. taxpayer billions of dollars in bailouts to the farmers that did survive and cost God knows how many farmers their farms in the process. Go tell those farmers he didn't have a negative economic impact. He put tariffs in place, which caused farmers to suffer, which caused imports to suffer, which caused exports to suffer. I know, I'm in that fucking industry. My trucks haul agricultural exports. You want to know what China did when he initiated tariffs the first time around when it comes to agriculture? They stopped buying our agricultural commodities. They started buying them from Brazil and Russia, which caused our farmers to suffer greatly because one of their number one markets seized up on them. Now he's talking about imposing even greater tariffs. He's talking about 60 to 100% tariffs on anything coming into the country from China. And China has already talked about what they're going to do in retaliation. They're going to stop buying agricultural exports again. And now they're in a better position to do so. Why? Because since the last time around, Brazil has been clearing out more rainforests to make room for more farmland, more row crops, more products that they can sell overseas to help boost their economy. So China's just going to do it again. They're going to shift their agricultural imports away from the United States of America and start buying them from China and Russia. Our farmers suffer as a result. Our trucking industry suffers as a result. Then any bulk agricultural exports that are left over that China does actually buy because they can't meet 100% of their needs from Brazil, China's going to tariff those imports coming from our farmers, which means our farmers aren't going to make a fucking dime off of that. That's going to be a pretty fucking negative impact. Go tell the farmers that lost their farms in the first Trump term that there was no problems economically. Go tell all of the millions of Americans that lost their job under the Trump administration that there were no problems economically. He blew a massive hole in our debt and deficit. He added $8 trillion to our debt in 4 years. Where are you getting your information that he had no problems economically? Economically speaking, his first 4 years were a fucking disaster.